Welcome to this week's Property Marketing Monday. So this week I'm going to cover a topic which I get asked about quite a lot, which is how do you build a successful property photography, virtual viewings, property visual assets business. The reason I used all those different titles is because that's some of the things that people ask me, property videos, but anything about creating visual assets in property marketing. It's a question I get asked quite a lot because obviously we've created Landlord Photography. For those of you who don't know Landlord Photography, we are a growing photography company. We specialise in property. We only do property. We don't take pictures of babies. We don't take photos of weddings. We are property specialists. We have a number of offices, so you can see there we've got the 5 offices there, and we are continually growing, and we're currently looking to increase a number of people to our business. So what is my top tip for success in a property visual assets business? I've given this quite a bit of thought, and I spoke with Piet, who is the managing director of Landlord Photography. He and I run the company between us. And the one thing that we both came up with is processes and procedures. Now, it might sound boring, it might sound dull, it might sound a bit of an anticlimax, frankly, but the reality is they are the things that are important and should run all the way through your business. Now, at the moment, you might be screaming at your screen, hang on a minute, what about photography skills? What about the equipment? What about this? What about that? Well, yeah, all of that is needed, but if you've got the right processes and procedures in your business, then all of that can come. Because what is it you're looking to build? So if we think about starting with the end in mind, if you just want to be a one-man band going around doing, say, photos and 360 these days, you pretty much need to offer both these days. I think if you just offer one, you might struggle. And you're going to market yourselves to estate agents and letting agents. Well, frankly, if you're cheap enough and your work's okay, then you'll probably get some clients if you go and bang on enough doors. But when I say that, if you're cheap enough, because that market is generally a race to the bottom. And so you're running around really just trying to earn a salary and you're not really building a business. So if you want to build a business where you get good margins and where you can build the company around you, so you're not ultimately doing all the work and you can choose what role you have in that business going forward, that's when processes and procedures are super, super important, because you need to bring other people in and you need to, make sure they're doing things the way you want them done, and you need to make sure that they're being true to the brand of your business and the message of your business. So it goes, if we talk about people while we're mentioning people, so when you're bringing people in at the very beginning, what's your processes and procedures for doing that? Okay, what are your steps? So let me tell you about Landlord Photography. So the main people we bring in is franchisees to open up new offices. Okay, we work in partnership with our franchisees and it's their business and we help them support them, and if they're successful, we're successful. So it's important to us that we get the right people, and also as well, to be honest, we don't want to waste our time bringing in the wrong people, opening an office and then having to close it. So what we've done is, through painful experience, because we haven't always got it right, is we've kind of worked out the qualities that those individuals need to have. Now, this might be a bit controversial, but the one that we really don't look for is photography skills. We don't look for that, because what we've found is the outright photographers quite often don't have the business acumen and the entrepreneurial spirit that's needed to build the business, because one of the big parts of building the company is sales and marketing. If you've ever been to a business seminar and the speaker's asked, who here is a salesman, and they're expecting everybody in the audience to put their hands up, because ultimately, if you run a business, you are a salesman and you need to sell your business. So we're looking for people who have got those skills, who can just go out there and really push the business. Now, we've designed our business in such a way that we've really nailed that down. So, for example, we know that the ideal franchisee for us is somebody who has a Wealth Dynamics profile of a Blaze. Wealth Dynamics, it's one of these personality tests. There's loads of different ones out there, but we use the Wealth Dynamics because it's widely used in property, and when you talk to people in property, they've quite often heard about it. And also as well, there is a free test you can do. There's a more in-depth test, but there's a free test that kind of tells us if they're in the right area. So we look specifically for those people, and on our recruitment process, there's a step-by-step. So in the first meeting, we cover this. In the second meeting, we cover this. After the first meeting, we send them this. After the second meeting, we send them this. And all of the steps are designed. Now, all of these processes and procedures are always open for review. And we're continually being self-critical of ourselves and our processes to see how we can improve those going forward. But then that proceduralized approach then runs all the way through our business. So we have something called the Vault. Now that's what I'm going to share with you now. So the Vault is something that I've never shared to anybody outside of our franchisees, and it is our secret sauce. This is the how we do business. And so I'm not going to go into much detail here because, to be honest, I don't want to give away our secrets. But this is when somebody joins our business, this is the first thing they're given access to because it's got everything. So they're getting started. So when somebody's just joined, they're told to come here, watch this video. Welcome to the Vault. It explains how they use the Vault. Sounds pretty simple, but actually behind each of these 5 folders here may not look like a lot, is an awful lot of information. And like most things in life, we could break it up in various different ways. So we just show people here how we've broken it up so they can then go around and navigate the Vault. And then we've got a Getting Started folder. So in the Getting Started folder, this is where people come when they've just joined the business. Okay, so they've just signed their franchise agreement, super excited, and they go there first. And that gives them all the setup tasks they need to do to get to that starting line. It tells them the things that where they need to go, what they need to get organised to get ready. So including things like sending us the web update form. So if I go back to our website here, for each of our offices, they have a page. So if I go to, which one should I choose? I'll choose Slough. If I go to the Slough page, there's certain things that are standard template. There are other things that are specific to the individual. So here, the QR code, photo, the blurb here, and the individual's photos, and also the areas they want to target. So we do online marketing to specific areas as well. So there's a form there they need to fill out, and there's lots of other bits and pieces they need to do to get started. So once they've done that getting started step, we then go to the training and skills step. So this is if they don't know photography. In fact, even if they do know photography, we still recommend everybody goes through this because it's our way of doing it. And so there is in-depth photography training there, 360 training. In fact, let's have a quick look. I don't think it's going to give too much away. So there's some general information, general training. There's how to set up their landlord photography email. There's a photography training, which is a lot behind there. There's training around a specific 360 camera. There's about creating video tours. And then here, recordings of various trainings that we've done. Okay, and this is the basic training. So additional training such as sales and marketing training, that comes later in a later folder. But this is just getting them ready to start offering their services, getting them to the starting line. So they go there. And then once they've got that, we're then looking at the processes and templates. So in the process and templates, we've got everything. So from the moment first inquiry. So if somebody's first inquiry, then here's a response from email or the questions that they can use on a phone call, all the way through. Bang, 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 bang. And it's all the way through to doing the job, getting the payment, delivering the final images. Okay, it's all of our processes all the way through. So that means a few things. It means that somebody can come to us with no experience and we explain to them every step of the way. Also, it means that as a business, we know that it's being done a certain way. So if you think about McDonald's, that they work in certain processes and procedures, that's the same for us. And then, so at this point here, they can open the doors to their business. Well, then they need to work on marketing. Now, there's loads of information here under marketing, and I'm not going to drill into these because this is really getting into our secret sauce now. But we've got the marketing quick start. So this is where they start putting their marketing plans together, working out what they're going to do. Then there's some marketing content there to help them. And various photos, videos, you name it, it's in there. And then marketing tools, and then web and social media. So if we have a quick look at web and social media, in here is then things to do for the website, things to do on social media getting started, specifically around Facebook, specifically around LinkedIn, specifically around Google My Business, and we've got other things that we do as well. And then under each of these folders, there's subfolders and blah, blah, blah. So there's lots and lots of information there. Now, that means that somebody can join the business with very little experience. And what we've done is we continually refine this and tune this. I'm not going to say it's finished because it will never be finished. And we learn from the experiences of the people joining our business. And if somebody finds a better way of doing something, because we use this as a guide, not as handcuffs. So we like to try new things. And certain markets, so for example, if one market is targeting, say, Airbnb providers, service accommodation providers, another market is targeting student HMOs, the marketing might be a bit different. So we're continually trying new things in each of those markets. And then what we do is, as we find things that work, they get added here. So it means that collectively, somebody new to the business may have no experience. They can learn from the mistakes that we've made and other people have made in the past, and this is how we do it now. So that is the importance of processes and procedures in your business, because it means if you bring extra people in, they are going to do things the right way, but also as well it means that you're being consistent in your business, you're doing things in a set way. And for example, for marketing, if you have to continually keep your marketing engines going, what does that mean? Okay, how are you filling up your sales funnel? So for us, we do certain activities to continually fill up our sales funnel. And so we can come here and we know exactly what we need to be doing. And also we've got things in here for accountability. So for example, our weekly scorecards. We know we set those, our 12-week plans, we set those. And so we know week in, week out what everybody should be doing to achieve their set targets. We've also agreed at the beginning, also been a part of a process and a procedure on our onboarding process and procedure, which we haven't covered here. So as you can see, by proceduralising your business, one, it means things don't get forgotten. It means it sets people's expectations. They know what they're going to get in the business, and it means that you can then refine and tune and do the things that work well and continually repeat those, and you can drop the things that don't work quite as well, and it really helps you to fine-tune your business. So getting back to the original question of what is that kind of secret ingredient for building a visual assets business, and for us it is definitely having strong process and procedures and having this resource and investing the time in creating what we call the vault, because it is a lot of work. There is an awful lot of work that's gone into building this, but we've seen that investment and we know that it's worthwhile. So if you're looking to build your own property visual assets business, definitely recommend you spend the time and invest in creating your business's processes and procedures. If you'd rather not, if you'd rather let somebody else do it, you'd rather learn from somebody else's mistakes, and you just want to get out there and focus on building your business, well, that's when I'll say get in touch, because we're always looking to build our business in new areas. Now, we only give people exclusive territories, so you would need to be somewhere where we don't currently have someone, but it's always worth checking in on an area. So even if you think that we've got coverage in your area, just get in touch and we can easily confirm it one way or another. And also as well, it's always nice to have a chat with other people in the property visual asset space. So get in touch, and then we can take you through our process, our onboarding process, and you can see it in action, and you can see the steps that we take people through to get them into our business. Hope that's been interesting. Hope you found it useful. That is the end of this week's Property Marketing Monday. If you want more tips like this, don't forget to subscribe so that you get the notifications. That's it. Thank you for watching.